Welcome back to another episode of American Bonapartist. Thanks for joining me. A couple of housekeeping things before we get started here. I know I've been away for a long time. Just want to make sure to tell you guys that I did not forget you. I'll still be making content. This is just going to be a little bit of a video that I want to make reflecting on the current realities of the situation that we now find ourselves in. So recently, Glenn Youngkin, the newly elected governor of Virginia, announced that mandatory mask will be removed from the schools in response to the certain thing that is going on right now. And the White House press secretary is now picking a fight with him because of this new law that he wants to pass. And I think, given the fact that Virginia is a state that went to Biden last time around, I do think that the current administration would be wise not to pick a fight with those people who are most anxious to vote for him again. Which brings me really to the point of this video is, why do affluent suburbanites vote for left-wing candidates? There is an article, I'll post a link to it, from Vox saying that white upper middle class suburbanites should not be an obstacle to redistribution, and they should embrace it, and they do in many ways. And the traditional and they support left-wing policies. Now, back in the day, a lot of people would say, it's like, oh well, they're just fiscally conservative but socially liberal. But when you look at the opinion polls, that's not what they say. They say they are both socially and fiscally to the left. So why this belief? Why would they support something that really, when push comes to shove, is so dramatically against their own self-interest? And the fact of the matter is because they see capitalism, they see market capitalism as inherently linked up with Christianity and Western values. Now, they absolutely hate Christianity and Western values, and this is really where their main crux comes in. Because of the association that capitalism has with Christianity and Western civilization, they will not rest until capitalism is destroyed, because their ultimate goal is to see Western civilization and Christianity destroyed. So not only do they see capitalism existing free from Christianity and vice versa, they see them directly similar with each other. Now, why would this be, considering, Christianity is a lot older than capitalism? Well, it's because of the fact that Christianity is, yes, often associated with, politicians and political rhetoric that has allowed capitalism to exist all these many years, but I think more importantly than that is it is linked with political rhetoric. And I think Christianity is, well, certainly not a religion that's friendly towards capitalism. It is certainly allowed for proliferation of Western culture around the world, which is something that the modern left, the upper middle class, absolutely hates. They hate Western culture. They hate the family. Now, what they want to do instead, of course, is they want to create a type of situation where you have postmodern culture. You want to have postmodern culture where there is no values beyond who is oppressed or oppressor relative to the next person. And this keeps on going down. There's no virtue in how one ought to treat each other universally. It's all based upon who is oppressed versus the non-oppressed. This is the ultimate cultural axiom that defines postmodern thinking, and it defines much of the current thinking for modern leftist thought, especially with the upper middle classes. There will never be a politician who will brag openly about wanting to get the votes of the rich. That is obviously something that in no election, in no country, and no one wants to be known as the party of the rich. But I think if the rich are going to be the ones who are going to facilitate, all this woke change, then there are going to be politicians who will say, yes, we gladly have the part of the rich, because they want to say that the rich are your saviors. The rich are most certainly not your saviors, because the left is not your savior as well. The only savior you have, and I am not a religious person, the only savior you have is in your past, and is in bringing together your chaos and your order together into the harmonious totality. And that is the Bonapartist ethic of realizing your potential in a political context, realizing the chaos, seeing the order, and also creating a better life for yourself and for others, and seeing it through to the end. So this is just a little something I wanted to say. I will be talking more about this in the future, because I do think it's important, and I hope to hear you all from you guys very soon. Thank you.